So, is everyone good to go? Alright, so, yeah, welcome back to the virtual table, everyone. It's another beautiful day in Mysteria. Last time, you guys made it to Cherrytown. You met a drug dealer, bought some seedy, questionable drugs, were pickpocketed by children.
Fuck those kids.
Roughed those, you just beat the shit out of those kids.
Took their clothes.
And then picked their pockets while you were trying to put them on the straight and narrow. You eventually went into a tavern, the Salty Salmon, to which Polly had made quite an acquaintance with Illyria, the barkeep. Fedwin made conversation with that barkeep.
One of the things that sticks out the most is when Fedwin's like, I don't get it. Why doesn't she like me? And then Polly goes, maybe she's more into trees instead of little shrubs, if you know what I mean.
Did I say that?
You did.
It's because you become your character.
I was in a bag the whole time.
You're a method actor. Polly remembers it. You might not.
No, don't give Polly that credit. Polly doesn't remember it either. So, after all that, you discovered that Theo was a lonely child, and any type of riddle, he knows right away.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Riddle. Answer. Awesome.
I feel so bad for Tom. He was like, I worked extra hard on these.
We have a riddle Google. Fuck yourself.
So, that eventually led you down into the speakeasy below the Salty Salmon, to which Fedwin got extremely confused, thinking there was a dead child and a dead father and a dead family in the back, with their introductions to the constable. Theo, you were reintroduced with Smithy, one of your old uppers when you were in your old bandit clan, to which you found out that the Grinny you were trying to hunt down was actually a ex-member of that clan as well, who somehow evaded her burn status. Recently, she has gone back into the Cherrytown headquarters, and you had made a deal with Smithy to potentially get the burn mark off your uniform, which would clear your name, essentially. So the night has gone on. Before you guys wake up, is there anything you all would like to do?
Just flip off Polly for no reason. I'm kidding.
I am meditating, so I wouldn't notice anyway.
Actually, then definitely flip off Polly for no reason. This guy's fucking old.
I'm gonna peek one eye open. Go. That's very rude.
Polly, it's a dream. Go to sleep.
I don't sleep, my child.
I thought I'd just sit there confused for way longer.
And what would you all like to do? You're in the bar, underneath the Salty Salmon. You've stayed the night. Walking out, any sign of what could have been the death of a family in Fedwin's eyes was cleaned up. Constable is currently just at the bar, wiping it down, and you see that currently Smithy is speaking with a few other compatriots as they are all kind of standing around a box.
Hey, Uncle Consti.
We're not actually family.
Yeah, no, I understand that. How's Auntie Gloria doing these days? I heard she's had that thing acting up with her knees again. I just want to know how she is.
You must have me mistaken, boy. I met you yesterday. I don't know a Gloria, and I have no clue what's wrong with her knees.
Well, let me know if there's any news.
I feel like he's lying. I'm gonna insight check him.
Insight check! I'm rolling! 4.
He's never met an auntie.
Persuasion check! Does he know? Oh shit, that's a 1. Wow, I'm rolling shit.
Can I do an insight check on Fedwin to see what the hell's going on in Fedwin's head?
Roll an insight check on that one.
I got a 3 plus... What's an insight? Oh my god, what's
Wisdom.
insight? Oh, it's 1. So I got a 4.
You don't You don't really know what's going on with Fedwin. He's just obsessed with making family members with new people they've met for some reason in the past, 2 days.
What was Fedwin's, what was the thing we were supposed to call him? Fedwin the Friendly? Harmony Vest or something like that?
Fedwin the non-threatening.
There you go, Fedwin the non-threatening.
I think I go, whew, boy, man, that was a good sleep. I was real pissed off yesterday. What is happening? Let's do some stuff. Wait, we're killing Grinny? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Hey, how's everyone doing today?
Well, Uncle Consti doesn't seem to have any updates on Aunt Gloria's knees, so I'm a little bit concerned still about that.
And I'm gonna crack my back and my arms and my hands and every other bone in my body and go, quite well indeed.
I think you broke something there. One of those cracks didn't sound good.
Old man, did you break a hip?
No, just my morning routine,
I think hearing that Fedwin can carry me, I just hop into his hands.
I meant Polly.
Oh,
Same difference.
well, I'm staying.
So yeah,
Cheers.
after a few moments, once Theo, you kind of groggily come out, you see Smithy kind of gestures you over.
I walk over. I'm also gonna gesture the rest of our group to come over too, because maybe he's gonna share some information that's useful.
I'll
Everyone.
join.
So as you approach over, they're all kind of standing around the box, and eventually one of them cracks the box open and flips it open. You see a severed head with a branded smile on the cheek of the head.
Oh no, that's never good.
I mean, the eyeliner's all smudged. They could have done better.
So Smithy, tell me, whose head is this?
Well, this would be one of the members we sent in to try and find out what was happening inside the headquarters. We sent in 4 members.
Looks like this box is his headquarters. Sorry.
Ill timing. Nice bird, but ill timing. Yeah, this is not what we expected. This is only one head. We sent in 4 members, so we're not sure what the other 3 are doing, but
So you were expecting 4 heads. Yes, I see where the problem lies. Not enough heads in boxes. Problem solved, We just find 3 more heads.
If he's looking for 4 heads, there's one right there, and I point at the severed head's forehead.
I start drawing smiley faces on pieces of fruit and then throwing them in the box until there's 4 heads there. And then I'm like, ta-da! Everyone's
Problem
happy!
solved.
Mission
Is that it?
accomplished!
Did we finish the session?
good game, everyone. You won D&D. So as you throw the fruit into this head, you watch as the 4 members kind of slowly take them back out. And Smithy is kind of rubbing his brow and just, I don't know what happened to you, Theo. You were top of the class.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, and he made a new family.
I really gotta ask you, Theo.
One that I...
If we're sending you into this situation with this crew, and he kind of just gestures over to the rest of the party, what's the likelihood that I'm gonna find your head in a box?
No, listen here, sir. Listen for just a moment. Your problem and your dire mistake was sending in normal people. You see, we aren't normal people. We don't solve problems in a normal way. We are the solution you have been seeking. We solve every problem in the most abnormal way possible. Just like with my spider fellow.
The Tom Holland?
Tom Holland's a terrible.
Sure.
Smithy, the worst part about this is they're right. I mean, so far, every adventure and quest and trial we faced, it was because that we had no idea how to properly strategize that led to our success. I don't know how to explain it.
I think I've gone down in every fight. I think at one point I go down in every fight. It's called the mid-fight nap. I take one real quick. I wake up. I kick ass.
You see, that's what people don't expect, is that we actually sacrifice one of our members when we're in combat.
Knock me out, Fedwin. We got this.
I got it! And I punch Bellini.
Bellini is out cold.
He can go flying.
So, with a Bellini hits the kind of other side of the room, and he's like looking around at what he just saw. You know, I have no reason, but I gotta take you on this, because we're being sent back to the Shamrock headquarters, and if this is what we got, worst case scenario, we go back to plan A, where we just prepare for what's about to happen. Wow, I did not expect this to be your new crew.
Yeah, we're sort of just a bunch of people who don't really belong
Much
together.
better than you could ever have imagined, aren't we?
We're just a crew of people who
Handsomer,
just
stronger,
a whole
better skills.
just a whole lot of random people in a crew, like some sort of motley crew, if you will.
I'm gonna go check on Bellini.
Have you been doing his death saves, Thomas?
You go over and you see the constable is now kind of setting his things down, walking over, walks up to Fedwin, kind of chest height to you, stares at you and goes, "Now, you do remember, I don't want trouble in my bar. I don't know who you think your family is, but if you're going to be causing these kind of scenes, it won't be found
Am
in
I up
here."
yet?
Yeah, I'll say Polly has gotten you up.
So the moment I get up, and I assume I hear like the last little bit of like the trouble, I'm like, yeah, I'm trouble, magic, and then fucking fireworks and shit as much as I can.
I'm sorry, Uncle Consti. It won't happen again, and just please don't tell the family. I'm already on thin ice with the whole fam as it is.
And he just puts two fingers up to his brow, wipes it off just in frustration.
You're gonna want to stop doing. You're rubbing the dirt into your skin. You're gonna get bad acne.
Yeah, he's something of an artist when it comes to
Also
makeup,
wrinkles. Here, let me just. I start applying a facial rub to his skin.
You know what, mates? He's already got the frown line. I think that's really deeply inset at this point. I don't think even your makeup skills, Bellini, can really help this orc's deep set lines.
I'm like mage handing this a distance from him, so he's swiping at fucking nothing. He's like, what? No, how is this happening?
And as you do this, he's more confused. You see him finally gesture as three men step out.
Okay, I'll stop.
They start are now leaning against the bar as he kind of holds up fingers to tell him to wait, but you can tell one wrong move.
I wipe off the facial rub, and then I turn to the group of people who just joined us. I'm like, and does his skin not look better?
Roll persuasion?
Fuck yeah.
I'm really hoping his skin does look better.
Me too, actually.
So I got 18.
Two of them stay silent, but you do see from the third one.
Fedwin turns to the three guys that just came in and he nods to them. It's like, Cousin Ed, Cousin Dan, Cousin Eugene.
do they have name tags? Like, how are you? What? Where are these names coming from? Are those your names?
Well, it's funny. I didn't think any family in these parts either, but then last night they just said everyone has
I
family,
did
so
not
it's
know you had
right.
family in these parts. Good to know you know
Smithy
lots of
gestures
both.
you back all over, and what I was trying to say before we got extremely sidetracked was, as a sign of good faith, we have a prototype that we're going to trust in your hands that hopefully gives you an expeditious adventure toward where you need to go for the headquarters.
I'm giving the bartender guy skincare routines. Like, they're doing their own thing on the side. I'm like trying to talk him into how to take care of his skin better.
He's basically Jonathan from Queer Eye at this point.
Absolutely.
He hands you a ringlet filled with 3 or 4 different keys of various size. Once you're ready, will be heading out, but I'll show you what these are for whenever you're ready. And
Yeah,
in
I
terms
mean,
of your
because-
skincare, he has real no interest. You see he's like sharpening knives. You see he's like cleaning blood off of blades. This man has zero interest.
How's the home life, buddy?
He glances over his shoulder, and you see yard trimmings being taken out the back door. He goes, well, business as usual, so,
How's the missus?
glancing over at the yard trimmings. It's been quiet lately.
So I hear you're in the dating pool then. You really... If you're going out back into the market, you want to put your best foot forward. I think you gotta take care of yourself, because, you know, you look good, you feel good, you do good.
I'm gonna ask you to leave now.
Fine, I'm just trying to help. You have a lovely day. I tip my hat to him, and I, like, backflip off the table.
So, just saying you answer questions about your wife, but you don't answer questions about Aunt Gloria. I think you should, rethink some things.
I left some skincare products on the table. You don't have to pay me for them. Those are just for you.
You wanna roll me perception, Bellini?
Absolutely. Perception. I got... Oh, no. I didn't get very good. I got a 6.
You don't really see anything happen, but you do glance over before you leave, and the skincare is not on the table anymore.
Good, good. He's taking care of himself.
I also feel like maybe it's that third guy who was clapping who took him.
Can I, like, just quickly go around and just, like, you know, try to talk to everyone how to make sure that they can take a little bit better care of themselves, and just quick details, you know? I know you probably have other plans, but I want everyone everywhere to look good.
Okay, yeah, you want to roll me just a quick flat performance or persuasion check?
So I got a 10.
Flat 10?
Oh, no, sorry, I rolled a 4.
Okay.
I had 6.
Yeah, so for the most part, like, they're more frustrated that you're interrupting their cards. It's kind of like when you're the door-to-door salesman who catches a stranger on the side of the street. They have nowhere to really go, but they don't want to talk to you.
Does no one want to aid me in this adventure?
I mean, I figured I'd be, you know, asking Smithy how that key ring thing works.
I guess, yeah, we could always do that, you know. Actually do the thing we're here to do. Fine.
You know, it's just a theory. You know.
A game theory.
Alright, so, yeah, anything
Yes.
else needs to be done in this bar before you are being asked to leave?
Uncle Consti?
Fedwin, right?
Yeah, I'm just curious, am I still invited to the family barbecue? Or is that a I'm off the list sort of thing?
You have lists? You could read?
Yeah, no, family barbecue, that's, I hear that's happening in, Ekron. They, do it once a year. Usually have a couple chefs show up.
Can I do a history check on that? I want to know.
Oh, shit!
What
we were
do I
just
know
there!
about Ekron?
Guys, we have to head on back! Grinny will be around doing her crimes as it is. We have to get back to that.
Wait. No. Grinny comes first. I want to be very clear about that.
Yeah, but you know, every year they make those little cakes that I like, the little ones that fit in your hand, and I want to make sure I get one before, you know, the cousins
Fedwin,
get to
you
it.
know, I'd really hate to burst your bubble, but pretty sure
You want to burst her
we
bubble
were
butt?
just at that barbecue. After all, they did bring in some chefs. So I think all the cake is gone.
Aw, so we did miss it.
Well, yeah, but we did see a pretty cool Tom Holland, so
That thing has given me nightmares.
Can I climb onto Smithy and be like, can we go already?
As you do, you see him seldomly putting the box back, mourning the loss of a friend. He's like, I'm just waiting on you guys.
I don't know why you're just waiting. Like, we've been ready. Come on, let's go. Put your shoes on already.
I only have one.
So, as everyone puts their shoes on, or in Fedwin's case, shoe, You get upstairs, and you're finally just outside of the city walls. You notice there are 3 smaller, what look to be bipedal vehicles. And glancing farther to the side, though, you see what looks to be like a steel boat, but on land.
Like an ostrich? But a boat.
No,
I think what he's saying is we have ATSTs from Star Wars.
Oh, do we? Oh.
No. No. Those are for the other guys.
I want to
Like a
steal one.
bicycle?
What is
Is
this
it
thing?
like two bicycles in a canoe?
So Smithy takes the keys and goes over to this large vessel and turns the key, and you watch 2 large wheels protrude from the side and slam down onto the ground. The 3rd key cranks over, and you watch this intricate steel door collapse itself forward, and Smithy gestures around and goes, "This is a prototype. We're calling it Jordanar. Essentially, this is resembling a ship.
Sounds Nordic.
You probably would be able to fit most of you in here comfortably. Essentially, this is what we're hoping replaces the horse." And so he starts showing you around on the inside. You see there's various storage cubbies and various different intricate systems with a large engine in the back. It's a very crude 2-stroke steam piston engine. On the top, you see there is an actual platform where you'd be able to stand, so Fedwin, you wouldn't be cramped the entire time. Being inside, if you're not laying down, Fedwin, you would probably be very uncomfortable in this space, as it is not 13 feet tall. But you do see this would be essentially the first version of a car. This usually covers the travel of a little faster than a horse would run, a bit more reliable, and if you're smart enough, you can use it as a campsite. Aside from your burn mark, Theo, we do like you, and this is a sign of good faith that if you make it out of this alive, we're keeping our word. This is our sign that we do mean well on our deal. This is a prototype, so hopefully it works. It's been tested, but by how far, that depends on what you're going to do with it. And he kind of like goes over the intricacies of how to actually make it work. So it's got a large wheel similar to a ship, and various levers and pulleys for different like directional changes and various things. It's very bare bones. You'd be able to carry some materials in this. It probably could protect you from some things, but explosives probably would do damage to it. But so he hands it off and gives you the keys and goes, "We're going to be in Sharnwick at the headquarters. If you actually make it out alive, send word there. Aside from that, best of luck, and I hope I don't any gestures the head in the box and find you in other ways."
Yeah, that'd be preferable. If we do find your men or any of the men who defaulted to Grinny, prisoners or what are you thinking?
If they're prisoners, the ones that we sent in, if you can save them, that'd be ideal. Anyone who has joined with Grinny and whoever Grinny is running with, assume burn mark. They are to be killed on sight.
Hey,
You got it.
real quick. So he's currently like still in the outs with your community, right? Bird marker, what have you.
Yes.
Do you have like a token of don't kill this dude in case we run into more of your folk?
I feel like just a letter saying.
Yeah, like
"It's
just
here
like
to
a
save you."
stamp, like a letter, just like a oh hey no we're chill,
Fair.
don't kill me,
Or like a text message, maybe.
like something.
You see he pulls what you're used to being like a contract envelope. So this is kind of like proof that you're on the job, essentially. He hands it to you and goes, "This is the best we can give. It shows essentially you're on an assigned contract. Personal grudges may still be in effect, so I can't really stop those ones, but this should stop any people who are trying to treat it as just business."
Alrighty.
And I'm going to put that in my tote of convenient placement.
All right,
I believe that's what it is called.
yes.
Fedwin. Fedwin is just looking at the. Do we have the box with the head?
No, they have the box with the head.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Would Would you like to look at it?
Sure. He's just looking at it in his hands. He's like, I wonder if this is... Anybody ever hear about the legend about the deer hands?
About the who?
About the deer hands. You see, my mom told me a story that there's actually a species of people who walk around without their heads like knights, but they're constantly looking for their heads, or they carry them at their sides, and they're a group of warriors. The deer hands.
Huh.
Are they made of dill? What's dill?
Jewel hands. Jewel hands.
Dill.
Jewel hands.
Dill.
Jewel hands. Jewel hands.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Are you having a
dual-
stroke?
Jewel hands. Jewel hands.
Do you smell burnt toast?
Constantly.
Smithy kind of leans in and goes, you ever just hear a word said so often it just sounds weird? Dual hands. Just sounds weird now. Dual hand.
Oh, deer hands.
Ah, bless you.
None of you are pronouncing this correctly. Deer hands.
Door hands.
Deer hands.
My name is Bellina
Do
Dugini. I am
her
trained in first aid. Do I have your consent to help you?
Yes.
I immediately turn to the person beside me, being like, "You go get a medic." You with the brown shirt and the stupid face, go get a medic.
You see as you say this, I was just about. You see as he just slowly turns and goes, "Isn't this your medic?"
All right, Polly, heal him.
I am a medic. What's wrong with him?
I think he's having a stroke.
It's a very long list.
No, that's just a myth. There's no such thing as strokes. If they were real, I would have had several by now.
Honestly, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. All right.
Actually, to Theo's friends, actually, if you don't mind, I've always wanted another friend. Can I keep the head? Maybe the body will come looking for it, and suddenly we'll be best of pals, chums.
I don't think that's
I
how
feel like it's
death
about
works.
to turn into a coconut situation.
Well, no, it's not dead. It's a Durahan.
I'm so what? Dill hands.
Once the Durahan. And
We're
once
saying
the lad comes back for his head, I'm gonna have a new best friend.
Door hand.
Durahan.
Door hand.
Door hand.
Durahan.
Like D-U-R-E,
Mate,
spelled
I
like
can't spell.
sure. Door
Durahan.
hand.
Durahan.
Like I feel like we're not gonna get this. I think we just come up with the sound that's closest and then give
Well,
up,
I'd like
right?
to know if I can I keep my new best friend's head? Waiting for my new friend to come find me?
It's gonna turn into a coconut situation real fast.
We're gonna just go bury that head because this was one of our brothers in arms, and he deserves a burial.
Wow, you guys knew a Durahan. Now that is rare. I've only ever seen one myself back at the village, but didn't last very long. You know, once the head came off, it kind of just fell asleep.
Was
I
I hear that chicken door hands last a lot longer.
Ah,
Running around.
what? You are so knowledgeable, Theo. That's why you're the smart one of the family.
So as this conversation is going on, you're noticing they're slowly packing up, to which eventually you just see them kick over the contraptions and just start to ride off.
Okay, well, if I see the body walking around, I'll let you know. Probably don't bury the head because they'll be looking for it.
But yeah, and so
We should
to
go.
answer all your clarifications on these things, as you see these vehicles riding off, it's more like chariots instead of the horse, it's the motor in the front. So it's the two wheels on the side, large motor dragging it forward.
How hot
And
does
how
this
long
engine
is
get?
It would be enough that if you were in hot conditions, it would worsen the situation, but warm enough that if you were in even the middle of winter, it would actually keep the inside fairly warm.
Okay.
Is this thing covered?
Yeah, is there like a flat
yeah.
surface over the engine?
So essentially there is a compartment wall that you'd be able to open up or close the engine. For the actual vehicle itself, there is an underdeck and a surface.
I start making eggs on the engine block while we're moving. I'm like, guys, did any of you guys get breakfast? Here, come on, soup's on.
Starving, Bellini. Excellent. So we're all eating car eggs.
How do they taste? Wait, I'll roll for it.
So if your dad has like 100 eggs or something, why don't we just use
I
those?
know, he keeps bringing them home. Stop getting the eggs from the zoo. We don't need them, but he keeps bringing them home. Our own chickens are laying twice a day, but yet he still brings them home.
What should I roll for this?
I'll say for performance.
Performance?
Or sleight of hand, your call.
Oh, I'm gonna go performance. Okay, 17.
Solid eggs. Solid eggs.
Alright.
Oh, they taste better than Bach.
Hey, Polly, can you do me like a real quick favor? Whatever that non-magic
Sure.
healing magic that you have, that weird not magic shit, do that on your own head, just real quick. I want to see if I want to know what happens.
No, I can assure you I'm all right up here.
Grab his face. And I'm
Guaranteed.
just like, no. Please, as a favor to me, do this.
This is a quick aside. How long are we actually traveling for?
It would be about a day's ride.
Have we left yet? We're still eating car eggs.
Oh, I figured it was running. Like he's like
Yeah, I
mage
thought we
handing
were
the eggs
on our
off.
way.
Oh, am
as
I
well.
sitting on top? Oh, okay, we're riding. Cool.
Tonight we ride.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm like, it's a surface out in the front, and I'm using mage hand to like make a full breakfast out there, and then bringing it back, and plating it
Can
all.
I start like mixing pancakes and stuff like that? But like out of like
Where are we
completely the
getting
wrong
these eggs?
ingredients.
You don't normally carry eggs with you when you're on like an adventure.
What are you talking about? I have like six.
Just don't crack the eggs
I have like
while we're
6
in this
eggs
fight.
when I go to school every day. I don't know why.
To distract them, let's throw our eggs at them. We have an infinite supply.
You see an adventurer just like slay a dragon, open up his backpacks. Aw, my eggs are broken.
Yeah, it got on everything.
And hence the Ziploc was
Pulls
long.
out and eat like a healing potion. There's just like yolk and shell dripping off. It got all on the cork, and now you have to swallow some raw egg to take it.
Polly,
What's up?
is your suggestion that we can keep glass bottles with healing potions on us, and those will never break, but eggs are a stretch too far?
Okay, go and drop an empty beer bottle, and then drop an egg and tell me which one broke.
Both.
Are we dropping the egg onto the beer bottle first?
No!
What surface are we dropping it onto?
If it's hard enough, they're both
Just
breaking.
like a dirt floor.
Oh, dirt.
Like a dirt, just like an outside ground.
Then the beer would probably be okay, but the egg might crack. Or
Yeah.
just dimple, you know.
You add some iron armor to that, though. Are we really going to discuss the logistics of D&D?
Okay, but hold up. Old glass, like old blown glass, was really thick because they weren't able to purify the sand enough so that they could make it really thin because it would have impurities in it and that would cause like leaks or cracks. So like old bottles probably had like really thick ass glass.
Okay, so it's a bunch of eggs cracked into a glass bottle. Boom.
No. You know the thing where you take.
Yeah, just
you
store
take-
bottles
No.
away.
What you do is you take like a tissue paper and you put it in the bottom of the bottle. And you light it on fire and you put the eggs on top, and it creates a vacuum and it starts sucking the eggs in, and
Yeah, but then
that's
you
how you
have
get the
burnt
eggs.
tissue in your eggs.
Yeah, that's fine. It'd be like that sometimes.
It's
Episode name.
it's
Eggs.
canon now that we always have eggs on us. Always.
Yeah, you know
Just
what?
essentially an infinite supply
The
of
tote of
eggs.
convenient placement is now the tote of convenient egg placement. Okay, that's
All
it.
we keep
Only
in that
eggs are
bag
going
are
in
eggs.
there.
Exactly. We carry everything else by hand. The eggs are the only thing that goes.
Oh,
refrigerated.
actually, that's a good
don't need
point.
it to
I
be
feel like
refrigerated.
anything in the magic totes, like bags of holding and stuff, would be safe, just because like it's like a mini.
It's
It's
its
like
own
a pocket
dimension.
like a little
Yeah,
mini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know
Okay,
eggs can
so
actually last a very long time. No need to refrigerate.
Sorry, you're trying to get the story
Yeah.
back on track here. Let's not do that.
Let's keep talking about eggs.
I need to give you guys like a fake session and then a good session because like, I was like, hey, here's a severed head. No, we need to make jokes. Here's some important detail. No, we need to talk about skincare.
I'm just out here trying to make everyone look good and make some breakfast. Why you gotta hate?
Exactly, he's making us all live our best life.
I just want to like drag back for a second, like, Bellini, you completely I mentioned that there was a burned smiley face into this severed head, and you were just like, man, that guy needs moisturizer.
Oh, I recognize that we're doing a thing, but like I was mad yesterday, so I'm like, I had a good nap. I'm making some breakfast. I'm in a good place,
Gotcha.
and it's
Okay.
You know what it is? It's like it's happy murderous intent. It's like oh, I'm achieving my objectives, and that's murdering a bitch.
That's why serial killers are so happy.
Various discussions of eggs and whatnot. You eventually make it to Hull's Pass. With the directions you were given, you know that this is the back entrance to where you are trying to get to, which is your bandit clan's headquarters for the Cherrytown district, which would be your human charter. As you're approaching it, you start getting into twists and valleys, and you find a place where you can kind of leave the vehicle, and doing the same mechanisms and locking everything, you see that it becomes kind of immobile when you take all the keys and everything and lock everything up, so it's not like this is going to go away.
What would I call that?
So the vehicle itself is
Just sort of
Jordanar,
like-
so Jordanar Keyring. Jordknarr.
Definitely looks Nordic or Norse or whichever one it is.
It is. It is
They're-
Nordic. It is Nordic for Earthship.
That is so cool. I'm glad we have a Viking.
Yeah, our DMs are
So, so as you finally approach, you find the back way. What looked to be an intricate system of various gears and locks, you see is completely blown open. If there was any riddle or any kind of way to get in here, whoever entered this, most likely Grinny, and who Grinny is working with, just destroyed the door instead. Eventually, walking through, you do see lanterns are lit. You enter into a library, which, counting the shelves, this is the largest library any of you have even seen. Including Fedwin, this is much more than one book.
Like every bookshelf that we've seen, Fedwin's been like, damn, that's a cool library. It's extensive.
By looking at the towering and everything, it's about 4 floors of library. Top to bottom books, wall to wall, 4 floors up. As you're kind of glancing around, you see in the middle there are 4 bodies with cloaks hanging by noose, just from the 4th floor, about halfway off from the 2nd floor.
Do all of them have heads?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, we might have had another dual hand situation here.
Are we sure they're dead?
Throw an egg at them.
Wait, can I slap them all? Wait, I slap them all.
I'm glad you enjoyed that one, Tom.
Actually, I don't slap them all. I tickle their balls. Mage hand tickle their balls. Do they giggle? But like, I'm definitely doing the hand gesture from the boat.
You guys have walked far and you're no longer at the boat, but as you walk into this grand library with all these lanterns lit to see 4 bodies hanging from nooses, you hear one as an egg is just hitting one of the bodies, and you watch it lifelessly swing back and forth, and as Bellini, you respectfully tickle all of their balls. None of them move, they just kind of sway back and forth lifelessly.
Guys, I think they're dead.
Well, that settles that argument. Time for the death rituals!
So, aside from desecrating bodies and just disrespecting the dead, what would y'all like to do?
Can I look for cool books? It's been a while since I've, like, sat down and read a good comic.
Wow, Polly, have you ever seen so many books in one place?
Only once, never before.
There's like at least 3 books here.
Of course, you know, they're just books. What do they really do? They sit on a shelf, gather dust.
Well, I'm still waiting on those reading lessons, Theo.
Let's start with an easy book.
I'm looking around to see if there's any like children's books or anything at all.
So in these tomes, you see various ones that like are dated back older than Polly.
Wow.
Nothing really seems easy. These are various... Actually, Theo, you should recall some things about this place.
I bet I do. I wonder what I remember.
Could I go looking for a book about trees?
I'm gonna point Polly to the botany section.
Yes.
I'm guessing we had one. I don't know.
Can I do a perception, or sorry, an insight check or something? Can I get a read on this area?
Are there any doors leaving this area, or is it just the one room?
There is a staircase that you see, so essentially it is a staircase up across the next floor, staircase up across the next floor, all the way to the top of the 4th floor. And in terms of read on this room, by the various tomes and various books and charters you've opened, this is a writing of history. This is in languages that you can't really recognize. This probably has the knowledge of everything that's gone on in Mysteria.
Can I try to find the oldest book?
Yeah, so roll me investigation. But yeah, Theo, this would be what you recognize as the Watchers and the Elders.
I got a 5.
Would I be able to assist him? Do I know anything? Like, would I
I'd
know
like to
anything
help
about this
him.
library?
No. Polly, you should just do this. Probably just do this yourself.
Yes, the oldest
Theo,
book.
in terms of what you would know, you know this is essentially, you were born into this role, so you knew these people would be the voices behind the politics. So the people who were in these rooms would do the research and have the information and write the charters and records. But these were the people who were behind the scenes on various different matriarchal decisions. So these would be the people that when a king wanted to dethrone another king in a political way, this would be the people they talk to. This is where they get that
Google,
information.
right.
So glancing up, even seeing that there's an orc, a dwarf, a gnome, and a human were the 4 that were up and tied on the nooses. You do see they are branded with grins on their face.
Wait, sorry. How? Like, what kind of branding is it? Is it like they had like a curved kind of like metal instrument that they then like branded onto their head?
Yes. So essentially, they took a blade and heated it up and cauterized a smile onto their cheeks.
A la Joker style, then.
Do you know why she does this? I'm just yelling into the group. You know why she does it? She's got the worst puns, and no one laughs. Everyone's just like, why the stop? And she's like, no, I'm funny.
So she got like dead jokes?
No, they're just like really, they're not even, they're so bad. It's frustrating me remembering
I thought
them.
it would have been because her name is Grinny.
She changed it. It used to be Sarah.
Hey, Polly, I'm gonna go nab those bodies for you so you can sacrifice it to your god. And in return, I'd love
Excellent.
if you could find any books on the Blue Men. All right.
I will do what I can.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna
Fedman
first
starts
look for
climbing
the
up the floors,
oldest
and he's
book,
gonna
if I can.
take the hammer to like scoop the bodies towards him, and then like snip the ropes, and then carry them down. Actually, one of them's an orc, so he drags it. He drags the bodies to Polly.
Fedwin, at your height, you don't need to go up the stairs. You'd be able to do that just by like standing up on a table and doing that. So you get them all
I
down.
was always told never to stand on chairs.
I think
and
as Fedwin like goes up to cut
That's
them.
bullshit. Stand on all the chairs and tables. How do you
I get,
reach
those,
high
weird,
places
grippy
without a
things
ladder?
that you
Okay.
get, like, mastermind.
This is a weird thing to have such a
Okay,
strong
well-
opinion about, Olivia. Like, what the fuck?
Polly, you are looking for an old tome. So looking through, you're seeing various old systems used to date history that were wiped out and used in the modern dating sense. You recognize some of these. A lot of them are in languages even you don't recognize, but there are various words that you recognize, mostly from things that involve the Raven Queen. The oldest book you can find is various tales on the Raven Queen. You pick out words here and there just by your deep study, but you can't really figure out what they are just because it's a language that you've never seen.
I'm afraid, Melini, even I don't understand these words. They must be too old for anyone unstudied to know. I suppose a monk may be able to read them, but I haven't seen one of those in hundreds of years.
Do you think he'd be a eunuch and he's missing his dangly bits?
You never know with them. I've had quite a few experiences where they still had their dangly bits, but you know.
Satini, do you mind just taking a quick look at this? And then I'm gonna try to lay out the book so that the dog looks like it's reading a book.
Satini kind of lays down and starts examining the book. With the various feelings you're getting, he does know what these books are. He does know what the language is. But from what you're telling, what you're understanding, it's not a language that is part of this world.
This is an otherworldly language. A world language from another place. I don't know how to say it other than this is not from this world. Okay, bye, Satini.
So, where the Tom Holland came from?
Must be it.
Hollywood.
Can I look for...
Perhaps take out the ring, see if we can flick it towards the paper. Maybe it'll do something. Maybe look through the ring. Maybe it's some sort of glass that'll translate it into our own language.
Wait.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna whip out the ring and I'm gonna try and look through it at the pages.
Wait, the book looks like it's from here, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the origins of this language were, that is somehow otherworldly, it was made here. Someone from another world made this.
No, so it's more so that, think of it as the way that the Bible was written back in Old England, where people would sit down and spend days writing it out. So there are people who actually know this language, who exist in this world. The language is not one that was spoken here, but it's something that someone has learned through...
some kind of ways. Okay.
Yes.
Could I look for any books that will pertain to any kind of creatures and stuff like that, whether they be this is just common backyard snakes, all the way to this is a sea horse kind of thing, / Tom Holland, those kind of things. Do I know at all where those would be? Could I find any?
You probably have never been in a library like this, since it's the select few who get to be in here, but...
Well, books are for nerds.
Of course.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, high five,
But
son.
Polly, as you pull out your ring, even consider, before you even start trying to look through it, you notice that for the first time since you have found the ring, aside from when it was on the spider beast, it's actually, flickering. The runes on it and the Raven Queen symbols are actually kind of glinting and twitching and crafting light.
Oh, could someone else look at this? I'm not sure if my mind is playing a trick on me or if something quite
I'll help you.
interesting
I'm
is
already
happening.
smelling burnt toast. I might as well try something else.
The entire party can see that this is creating a dark black light, so essentially it's dark, but it's emitting a white light to it. It's a purplish hue.
Oh my god, Fenwin, what is that all over your shorts?
What?
There's so many stains.
Fine, you know what? It's a lot of nights alone on the path when we're walking, and I don't have Nero in my life anymore, and it makes me feel less alone.
Kate, the next time we're in a village, I'm getting you new pants.
Polly, as you're flipping through these tomes, you do see that, with various stories of the Raven Queen, there are mentions and little picto drawings of this ring, but there are various different pieces of sets to it. So essentially there'd be, you see a page with a ring, another has a staff, one even has a sword and a shield. It's various different relics of the Raven Queen, it seems like.
Perhaps if we gather all of these items, we could then open up the world where these creatures come from, or, permanently close it, because if they're all like the Tom Holland, I never want to see those again.
Closing it does sound like a good idea.
Is anyone else concerned that there were 4 dead bodies here? How recent are these bodies?
Yeah, actually, you know what? How warm do they feel in my hands?
They are ice cold. They've been dead for 2 to 3 days.
So rigor mortis is come and gone.
Yes.
It doesn't go.
Well, don't they eventually loosen up a bit?
Rigor mortis is the most of the blood and the fluids settling in the body, usually to the lowest point. So if they were strung up right after dying, it's gonna have settled all in their feet.
Yeah.
I thought rigor mortis is when you get rigor mortis is when you get like it's hard to move your body around. Like it's the stiffening of your.
No, well, it's the stiffening, but it's because there's no more fluid in the body.
Can I search the bodies?
Yeah, so searching the bodies, you find various writings, various tomes.
Oh yeah, I don't have to.
But rigor mortis doesn't actually leave.
Oh.
It's just you start to really decay.
For
or
like
something eats
20 minutes, I need you to turn off the TA.
But that was so interesting. I love stuff like
I'm not
that.
here to learn. I'm here to murder people.
We could do both.
No.
Yeah, in terms of what you find, Bellini, it's just very basic things. So you find their common clothes, you find some various articles, mostly of penmanship. So you'd have an inkwell, their pens. So it seems like they were ambushed while they were scribing. So Theo, while you're looking through, you do find various tomes and rough drawings of what look to be various creatures. Nothing of significance. Some things look a lot more like bears. You see a couple creatures that may have resembled the spider beast that you guys faced in the cave, but it seems like it's more so the writings of some, like an adventurer. So the quick sketches or the various different potentials or speculations of what they've read. So it's more research and theoretical than hard descriptions.
I'll still take those, I think, because
Okay.
I think they could be useful in the future.
So
Okay.
I think I'm kind of going in a bit detective mode. I'm like, okay, Granny was here a couple days ago, killing some bitches, and then I slapped the dead guy.
As she does.
Killing some bitches. Why was she here? You guys think she's learning about stuff? Probably. Do you think she's here anymore?
Well, I don't know, but this place has a plethora of
mean-
knowledge.
And it must smell so bad if these boys have been dead for 4 days.
It's a
4
mix
days,
of
did you
like
say?
the starting of rot as well as like the old library, like musk and mold of various states.
Yeah, that's gonna be a smell. I think it's gonna
Well, she
be
must
from-
have left, because why would she leave the bodies as she's here? You think she wants to smell this?
Well, I mean,
That's a good point.
She
No.
has so many puns. It's insane. Like, you're like, no way she's got a pun for this. And then you're like, oh my god, she's got a pun for this.
well,
It's like when the Black Panther said, "This is no place to die," and you're at a necrophilia convention.
It's probably so every time she walked past them, she could go, "Sorry to leave you hanging."
Just always left the crowd grinning.
Or perhaps she said, "Just hanging with my new chums."
Hashtag no filter.
In the meantime, Polly's gonna start the death ritual on the people. So it's like a prayer, and then he does some meaningful touches on like their shoulder and forehead and chest.
Any books on the blue man?
Oh yeah, are there any books on the Blue Man Group?
So, Polly, as your ritual, you do notice that the Raven Queen's ring is more pulsating now than it was just oddly flickering. And you do feel a sensation you haven't felt in a long time. So it brings you back to that battlefield where you should have died, but you felt as if the Raven Queen guided you back to where you were supposed to be safe. You, for the first time in almost 500 years, feel that same sensation, almost as letting you know you're on the right track, you're doing the right thing, you are fulfilling your purpose.
This makes Polly very uncomfortable. As much as he's dedicated to the Raven Queen, he's also kind of terrified of her, so...
Yeah, you could be both.
Yeah!
For the Blue Man, there are various tomes on potential gateways to different locations of various different... These tomes, they usually refer them to as planes, levels of existence, even discussing on how timelines can sync up on certain locations, though time is not necessarily consistent. See, it's all more speculation than it is someone confirming something, but it seems to very heavily tie into various gods, Raven Queen, the Brood Mother, the primal beings. It's all very speculation, though.
I assume I'm relaying that to Fedwin?
Can we take all those books and put them into...
Yeah, so you end up taking about 3 or 4 books from the ones you have found based on relativity of what you all were searching for. But if you could spend weeks in this place, you probably wouldn't make a dent in the research that is here, because a lot of them are bits and pieces. Some of them are language that you wouldn't even really understand. Various are written in runic code, so it's being able to pick bits and pieces of this information.
Shit, guys, I forgot my library card. Did you remember yours?
Oh, fuck, Mike. You know what? I think I'll lift it back in town on.
I think since these are the librarians, we'll be okay.
But it's stealing then.
Oh, we can take their cards then. That way we can come back, get more books if these ones were...
Exactly.
So we ransack the body for their library cards. Having fun isn't hard.
When you have a library card. I just like to point out, I said that, I rolled a dice, and it was a nat 20. That means something, Tom. It means books are useful for something. I don't know what yet, but we'll find out. Books
It's
are good
crazy. It's like you want to tell a story through a plot, and we're just like, nah.
I think what this is
Having a
we're
great
honestly super excited to be playing because we haven't
Guys,
played in
we
like
know
3 weeks.
we're on the right track.
Yeah.
It's been
No.
a while.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been 84 years.
Next session will be when you guys are like down for story, for shenanigans.
The shenanigans. Okay, is there any... So, there's the stairs that go up levels. Is there any other doors, or is this like its own kind of...
This was its own... The back entrance out was the back way out. This was their escape route, essentially, though Grinny came in through that way. So once you guys are good to start heading up to the 2nd and 3rd floor.
So they could not escape because the escape route was compromised.
Oh my
Let
god,
us
there's...
do
Wait, more
that.
floors? I
Yes.
sprint.
Oh my god.
I take it gingerly because I have weak knees.
Fedwin carries Theo.
Correct.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Sure, why
I
not?
think the
I'm okay with
the
that.
moment I get bored down there, I am gone up because I'm like, okay, I've seen all the things. Outie, bye.
Bellini, the second you step on that first stair, you feel it sink a little bit. And as you start...
Oh no.
Guys, run. It's a sinking step.
Oh no. This
It's
is no
classic
food.
sinking step.
Classic.
It doesn't like it. Boop. It does it a little. I'm taking the whole time that I could be preparing them for what's about to happen to like classic sinking step.
And so as the party starts charging up,
The Herald. Guess
you
I'll
hear
die.
various gears moving now and various systems correlating. All of a sudden, you see what seems to be a dud book fly off a shelf. And can you make me a deck save, please?
Everyone.
Bellini?
yeah.
Or
We'll get that.
I think it would just be me.
Just Bellini right now.
So that is a 16.
So yeah, you are able to sink in with the stair just by sheer excitement as this book that you see now is actually just a wooden slab covered in leather slams into the wall beside you.
Why put that much effort into a weird trap?
And you're hearing gears cranking as you have set off something in itself. This is a nice dungeon situation that I like to just be your running trial. So how this works is this trap has been activated. You know, roughly, your way out is going up. Each staircase is about 30 feet. Running across the platform is 70 feet, being to the final entrance, roughly 300 feet. How this is going to work is you will have your action to do what you would like. You have your move action to move farther up the staircase, and each one will be a DC check as these books are flying all which way direction.
Can I have advantage on that because I'm big?
No.
Okay.
But the stairs aren't sinking.
It was a
They're
pressure
just
plate.
like
No.
the trigger buttons
That was
for
your,
the
that was your
traps.
pressure plate, yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
now, I'm assuming the three of us who aren't yet on the stairs, are we in immediate danger where we are?
Yes, I'm starting you all from the same point, simplicity.
Okay,
You
so
know
we're...
what? These are like the books from Harry Potter where you have to like touch the spine to calm them down.
No,
Quick,
it is
stop
not.
grabbing the books!
This is where we need a monk. You could like deflect missile and like throw it back at another book. Collides in the midair. Do books have a resonant frequency we can use to shatter them?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Someone, we need a bard.
Fedwin, multi-class into Bard. I'll stop talking.
So you guys know you've got roughly 300 feet. This is where you all start sprinting. I need everyone to roll me initiative.
16.
16-2. Oh my god.
19.
19.
Yo, it's my sweet 16.
Also, have a quick question. Is it just books on every floor going up?
Yes.
It's just more books?
So essentially this was
it's
just
like a Tower of Knowledge
yes,
thing?
yeah, this was just like the Tower of Babylon essentially for knowledge.
Why would they put this in a library? Out of curiosity, Tom.
Yep.
Tom.
Yep.
Do we get to find, is there a stone with like a lot of writing on it in various languages, but they're all saying the same thing? Like a Rosetta stone?
We should totally get one of those.
Stop. Stop.
You know that's an animal.
I love you.
So yeah, this is what in Dungeons is just your mad dash. It's just going to be a rinse and repeat of you guys running through this area. Generally, I just like to add chaos into it. So you guys are sprinting as dud books are being flung out from the shelf.
If only we were at 5th level.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I pull my sword and try to cut the books that come at me?
I will say if you want to, instead of using your dex, like doing a dex check to dodge them, I will just roll to hit, and it would work essentially the same way. That's your call. If you're going to try and block the book every 30...
What's your arbor?
17.
That's so good.
Well, because I have a shield too, so between the shield and the sword, I kind of figure maybe I'll be okay.
I hop on Polly's in backpack.
I'm going
But
to
let's
say
see,
no,
to
you
a
can't.
dex check, like just a
I
regular
know,
check,
I'm
I have
just being
plus
cheeky.
4, so I don't
So,
To your dex?
in your case,
We'll see.
you still have an action, so for your action, you could double your movement speed, or you, in your case, could block the book, and it would, for you, you would be able to just stop the book from trying to sweep you out from under your legs by preparing for it.
You know, if we were level 7, I would be like, don't worry guys, if I get hit, I only take half. Because it's a dex check.
My final question, sorry,
Yep.
just one more. Because I have a shield, could I alternatively just squat down and use the shield? Are they coming from different directions?
You see this mechanism is very intricate to the shelves, where books are flying from various shelves and moving in different locations. So you'll see the books are shifting around as they're firing off in various different locations, different angles, even from floors above. It seems as there's no real direction or targeting. Think of the keys from the first Harry Potter movie in the final scene where they're just swarming everywhere, but just being fired from bookshelves.
Yes, I'm very familiar with the Harry Potter franchise.
No, but she'll tell
I haven't only seen the movies once and not all of them. That's
She will
not
tell you
my
the
life.
intricacies of medieval glass blowing. But Harry Potter's a step too fucking far, apparently.
I read historical fiction on Harry Potter. I'm sorry. I was reading about like fights that never happened and cathedrals that I don't know if they exist, but like I don't know. I don't have any excuse.
I'm sorry, I took a bank on the first Harry Potter movie, the first one. Like,
I haven't seen it.
This worked out really nicely. 2 of you rolled 19, and 2 of you rolled 16.
Bless
So this
up.
worked out really nicely for me. So I'm gonna say you're just sprinting in pairs. So Polly and Fedwin, you two take the lead.
Fedwin puts his
So-
cape
Okay,
around his
so
head
we just
and
run?
he stuffs Polly into his, like, he carries Polly underneath and just, like, keeps running.
Oh no. Not down for that.
Just cut through his cape. Be reborn.
I cannot get biffed by books.
Then
Pardon?
Fedwin covers his own head with the cape.
Fedwin, can you roll me a dex check at disadvantage, please?
Polly's leading me. Oh, no. Oh. 6.
6? So
the
you, being depthful, throw the cape over, thinking, if they can't see me, they won't hit me, as a book cracks you in the jaw, feeling 4 points of damage.
Would that put you in a rage?
No, it's alright, mate. I probably aggravated the book. It's my own fault, really.
With cunning action, I can use the dash action as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Can I then also use a dash action as the action act?
Yes, you can.
And so that would only double the original speed. It wouldn't double the doubled speed.
Correct. You'd be moving 90
Okay.
instead of 60.
I actually don't have 90. I only have 25, so it'd be 50, 70.
So 75. Yes.
Okay.
So I just watch Theo fuck right off as I'm like 15 feet is my speed. I'm not.
I have a question.
Yes.
I am an elf, and I move at 35 feet.
Okay.
So,
What's the question for that?
I guess, that's how far I moved, not... Okay, well, but if I dashed as the action, then
You'd be 70 feet.
70, not
Yep.
60.
Yep.
I
Wait,
slowly outrunning.
Your initial speed is more than my dash and speed. I get left behind.
Wait, Montana, I did have a quick question. How much do you weigh? Like, your character?
I think it was like 3 or 4 pounds.
Is it actually that low?
I'm 16 inches tall, and most of it is ears. That has been well
Okay,
established.
but like, how much do you actually weigh? Because Mage Hand has
10
a weight
pounds,
limit
yeah.
of 10 pounds, so if you weigh less than that, you could Mage Hand yourself up, and it might have a faster speed, I think.
That will.
DM.
That I will completely allow that. The condition for that, though, is if you get hit by a book, I'm gonna just like have you concentration, or you just start plummeting.
Book to the face.
All right, yeah, sweet, sweet. So again, actually no, I'm Silver Surfering on this thing, like, just wee.
All right.
I guess I get to move 30 feet now then, instead
Yeah.
of 15. Ugh, tiny guy moves fast.
Polly, are we blocking, or are you just trying to dodge?
I'll try to dodge.
Okay.
So I have to roll, right?
Roll
Could I
dex. yes.
swing Bellini into the books as they come towards me?
Just a dex or a dex save. That was not a roll.
Dex
oh,
save.
but it did land properly, so...
Oh man, if only we still had those children that we beat up in front of the bar. Fedwin could just be like swinging them around, hitting the books.
15, yeah. So, as you watch Fedwin throw the cloth over and watch a book crack Fedwin in the jaw, you, being smart, kind of roll and tuck in as you do this depthful dodge. You slide in between two books, landing to your
Ooh.
feet, sprinting even further as you make it 70 feet total.
Damn.
Yeah, boy.
Fedwin, you have made it 30 feet. Bellini, Theo, I need you to roll me your dex saves
Aye, Cap.
as you're sprinting through
Okay.
these books, just barraging through.
That's 20, baby.
12.
Defender wins, luckily.
Oh!
You, sprinting through, feel a book kind of hit your shoulder, but being the rogue you are, jump and roll with it as you kind of tuck and land and catch and keep running. Bellini, you, Silver Surfering, are feeling these books fly off. You feel one about to hit you, but you being smart, dispel your mage hand, land on the book. As it flies yourself forward, I'm gonna give you an extra 10 feet for the nat 20.
Absolutely great.
I wanna, like, if I'm hitting this, I'm like skidding. I do the whole like hit, skid across the ground, and I'm just like, oh, oof. There's a lot of ground to cover, but that felt good.
All right, Fedwin, it is time for your redemption. Can you roll me a dex save, please, as you are now watching everyone, including Bellini, just fly past you from underneath your cape.
Dirty 20.
So you, realizing the cape's not a good call, throw it back over your shoulders and start sprinting forward, finally catching up as you are now at 90 feet.
Nice.
Sprinting through, you have finally made it to the second floor. You are climbing those staircase, just barely ahead of everyone else. Is Polly, are you going to block, or are you going to try and dodge again?
I will try and dodge again.
Okay, roll me a dex save.
18.
You once again are just deflecting and dodging as you round past Fedwin, curving the corner, as you are charging forward, you see that even more books are flying as the second floor seems a higher intensity as these are barraging through.
That's never a good sign.
You are almost halfway there at 140 feet with this dash
Save
action.
me, Jesus.
Bellini, it is your turn.
Silver Surfer, and then I think at the end of my action, I keep running, just... like, there's sweat pouring down my makeup is running so hard.
I like to imagine it as it's like, you see like the intensity, and it's just like, zoom out, and it's like... and everyone else is like... just like...
but somehow, fucking just surpassing Fenwick. Just...
Yeah, you were 15 feet ahead of Fedwin.
I wonder what
So
happened.
can you roll me your dex save?
I did not do good. I got 11. Oh no, sorry, 12. I got 12.
Fender wins, so you trying that book thing again didn't really work, as when you landed on it, it started to like flip. So landing, you still are running as you have made it finally up to the second staircase. You are seeing as Polly is almost on the other side of the second floor, as you have all just kind of slowly rounded the corner. You have caught up.
Polly, wait up!
Just remember, books are terrifying.
I will remember this for life.
I don't understand how an old man's so fast.
I don't like books.
So wait, here's my question. The sheer amount of books flying at us, how many were actually real books?
You can tell that these are more like, you could tell this trap was loaded for magazines and they're just moving in various locations. There are thousands of books, but this trap was just so intricate. You can even notice that various shelves are rotating, so like the real books are now behind the wall. These ones are firing off.
Wait. There's a mechanism to reload the books?
Yes.
Can I shatter one on my next turn? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try.
Alright, do you need me to make a dex save then, or?
Yes, I do, sir.
Oh! I get a hit right in the face. I got a 3 + 4.
Oh, yeah. So you, seeing old man Polly lunge past you, just sprinting, you went, "Not today, old man," as a book cracks you in the face.
Oh.
As you now tumble up these stairs, seeing that now that old man Polly is 40 feet ahead of you, as you stumble your way up the stairs, just staring at the second floor, knowing that's twice as many books than the first floor.
So, sorry, how much was that from the book?
Only 3.
Only 3? Okay.
Yes, everyone, just to make a clear point that tuck in your tongues because I bit mine on the back there.
Fedwin in books, eh? They just don't line up.
I think the issue is they line up too well.
Is it always gonna be that difficult to learn?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right, Fedwin, it is your turn as you are finally rounding this corner at the top of the staircase, seeing that all these books are flying even faster than before.
Academia's terrifying. 8.
That's including your dex?
Yes.
Oh, so you rounding the corner, thinking academia is terrifying. Take one step because you have to face your fears. A book flies through and cracks as 5 bludgeoning damage just across your jaw as this wooden tome slides across.
And now I've lost a molar. And I'm already missing one of my front teeth.
As you see, you are merely 20 feet behind Polly as Polly stands to take another sprint. Can you roll me a dex save, Polly?
13.
That would have been great on the first floor, but second floor, not enough as this book starts flying by. You are sprinting, and as you sprint, luckily it's only 2, more so than being hit, your book catches underneath your foot, so in your sprint, you more slip out and stumble, cracking your knee off the ground.
Oh! Damn books!
Academia claims another.
How much? Do I take any damage?
Yes, you take 2 points of bludgeoning.
I just like to point out, I just did the math. My guy can go about, 12.5 feet? Yeah, 12.5 feet per second. Because in a whole 6... What?
Alright, so Bellini, oh yeah, you wanted to try and shatter a mechanism.
Okay, wait. Can I do what check would be to like look for what would break something to make this a little easier?
I'll say investigation at disadvantage, just because like you're trying to not be hit while you're looking.
Why disadvantage? One of those was a nat 20. Oh. Investigate. I subtract 1, so I got 8. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna keep sprinting and mage handing myself. If I can't see what would make it work, I don't know what to. How do books work anyways?
That's what I've been asking you guys!
As this is all barraging, can you now make me your deck save?
16.
16? Yeah, so you trying to figure out how books work are still able to, like, Silver Surfer with the mage hand and duck your way through, as you are now shoulder to shoulder with Fedwin, who looks so beat up from these books.
So
He's concussed. He's stumbling.
And then do I, if I mage hand myself the 30 feet as my action, do I still get my movement after that?
That's how I've been doing it usually, but because you took the time to investigate, I'm gonna say you were doing that instead of running.
Ah, damn it! I'm not doing that again. Fuck this place.
Alright, Theo.
Fedwin, throw me!
Natural 20!
Hey!
Alright, so yeah, you, taking the courage, thinking, not again, old man, decide to push off with a ferocity, sprinting, and I'm giving you an extra 10 feet as you charge forward. As Polly is about to get up, you even, like, by your childish whim, kind of push him back down to keep sprinting
I am
forward.
so mean to the elderly.
It doesn't do any damage and it doesn't affect him, but it's more like the childish, like, you're not beating me to the top, as you sprint now round the corner on the second last floor as you're just about to round to the 4th floor. As you're charging around, and you see now that as you're glancing over to the 4th floor, as these books have even increased in intensity, there are lines of tables that you either have to duck under or jump over top.
You want me to do what?
As
Y'all come back now, you hear?
As Fedwin, you see that everyone except for Bellini has just cleared the stairs and flown past you with your somehow 13-foot tall leg stride. It is your turn, my friend.
Now Fedwin's trembling. Oh, no. 10.
Oh no.
No.
Oh god.
Please, no more!
I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna switch dice, but you just took 6 points of damage as the book just like... So 6 points of damage as you... are trembling in fear, just wanting this to be over. Turn and look as just a glimpse of hope as a book slams into the bridge of your nose and cracks it as blood starts to pour down your face, sprinting forward with the hope of a child that this will end, curving the corner to see just over the top of the stairs to see there is nothing but more.
Magic!
Where's Polly?
Where's
Polly!
As it is now Polly's turn to run.
Obviously I'll dash
Yep.
with my movement action. I'll use my action to cast aid on Fedwin.
Okay, what's aid do?
Oh wait, was it aid? No, sorry, I meant enhance ability. My bad. Read the wrong word. You now, I believe, have advantage on Dex saving throws because I gave you... Let me find it. Sorry, I opened the wrong...
I just pictured like Fedwin being like, make it stop,
Cat's
and like
Grace.
dropping
the
to his
target
knees.
has advantage on dexterity checks. It also doesn't take damage from falling 20 feet or less if it isn't incapacitated.
Alright, awesome.
I think we all had the
Also,
same mental image of
Fed-
this poor guy just getting beaten the shit out of him by books and crying to like whoever's listening, just save him.
It's like that one scene
Also,
from
Fedwin, I'm
SpongeBob.
sorry I'm laughing so hard. The only reason I'm dying is aside from once with Polly and once from Theo, to which they've gotten 2 and 3 damage, you have just been taking the barrage of this.
I know.
It reminds me of that one scene in SpongeBob with the sea bear
So-
and Squidward just keeps getting messed up outside the circle.
So, Polly, it is your turn. Can I get a dex check?
18.
18? You are good. So you finally rounding that corner, glancing over, seeing these tables. You are jumping over them, dodging these books, and sliding underneath as you are almost at the end of this, seeing that there's one final stretch where it's just...
Oh, just...
What's up?
I only moved 35 feet, right? Because I used my
Oh,
action
yes.
to help out Fedwin, right? I cast a spell.
So you, finally reaching about halfway through this platform, can see that the final staircase is just a narrow platform leading up to this, where it is just a heavy barrage, so there is the danger of falling back down to the previous floor on that final stretch.
Oh lord, no.
As you're sprinting forward, Bellini, it is your turn. 30 feet ahead of you, you see Fedwin fleeing to whoever is listening to just make it stop.
I'm like I mage hand up beside him. I'm
Yeah.
like, can I do this as a free-ish action? Just come on, Fedwin, you got this. You just gotta push through, man. You just gotta push through.
100%.
just keep going, man. Just push. I'm like so sweaty, just crying. Like my eyes are red because the sweat's in my eyes.
You can do it! Just be a cat!
Excellent advice from Paul.
Alright, Bellini, can I get a dex save from you?
No. Yes, I got 20. Not nat, but dirty 20.
Okay. So yeah, you sprinting up, giving Fedwin a helpful hand, he can do it. Quickly dodge out of the way from the book that just cracked him in the face, making sure it didn't hit you, and just sprint past him and now go up the staircase.
Okay, bye, Fedwin, push through.
Alright, Theo, it is your turn as you now see that there are hurdles of tables that you have to lunge yourself over.
I'm gonna take a couple deep breaths and I'm gonna sprint. Full movement, full dash,
Yep.
full second dash. 13?
13. So you
Going back down.
taking that moment to build up the power inside you that this won't be how it happens. Jump over the first hurdle as a book cracks you in the jaw. As you take 5 damage, rolling, sliding across the table, stumbling to your feet, catching, and just being able to move over, barely even getting over, as your jaw is now just sore from the book that is just cracked in you, only moving your bonus dash in your regular movement.
I'm so close. I can taste the freedom.
And Fedwin,
Fedwin's on his he's on his platform. He's like,
You have advantage! Use it! Come on, Fedwin!
he takes us just lunges. Oh boy, here we go. 22.
Yes!
22. You crying, blood rushing down your nose, your one eye kind of swelled. Just charge forward as you move the 60 feet, clearing the corner, rounding everything, as you are now shoulder to shoulder with Polly.
I told you! Just be
Yeah,
a
you
cat!
were so right about Polly. I just had to believe in myself.
Polly looking with about 90 feet ahead of you. It's your home stretch. It is your turn.
Just gonna go for it.
I need to pick it every day.
Natural 20!
That's like the third one this game. Oh my god, we're so lucky.
Polly,
That's my first one this game. What are you talking? I feel like I nailed that.
staring up, breathing heavily, knowing that that's the last stretch, charge up this narrow platform as you feel, just as you're getting close to the end, at that 75 feet, you have made your distance. You feel a book clip your ankle, and as you do, you land on your back, your shield spiraling as you slide through this broken doorway, watching as the books are now in your past.
That was my
Yes.
nom.
Bellini, it is your turn.
No. Fucking natural
Oh shit!
Killing it, boy.
Rounding the corner, seeing all these tables that you have to hurdle, go, I have mage hand, and just glide over top of some of them, running and jumping over a couple others.
flipping off the tables as I pass them. Fuck you, tables! And I'm like beside Fedwin going like, push through, Fedwin!
Fedwin, staring forward, Everyone glancing forward, you see all that is left is that narrow path of a stretch where there's no tables to jump, there are only books to dodge, but there's also no safety of the walls around you that could guide you to where you need to go. This is where the danger truly lies. Fedwin, you need to make it this round to be away from the books.
You still have
Wait, I
advantage.
didn't. Did I go yet?
Wait,
Oh,
Theo,
I just rolled a nat
I
20, so
completely
can I
skipped
keep
over.
it?
It's okay.
Yes, you can.
15 plus 4, 19.
You, depthfully seeing this platform, take a deep breath, sprint forward, books and bricks flying at you. You are just dodging and deftly, diving over, landing right beside Polly, looking up, but the old man beat you. The old man fucking beat you.
Damn books, am I right?
Are you a marathon runner? What the fuck?
Got a resting heartbeat of 4.
I've had my fair share of experiences running away from things.
Blood gushing, your eye fully swelled, barely able to see, blindly charge forward, taking a leap of faith for no reason aside from just get it over with. Land on this, sliding through as you feel these books just flying above you, being somehow able to dodge everyone, sliding through this doorway, rolling onto your back to seeing no more fucking books.
How did all of you got an education? Yes? How did you survive?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, baby.
Just throwing books at our heads.
I'm gonna. Oh, it feels early for this, but whatever. I'm gonna Tides of Chaos.
Magic.
Tides of Chaos 2. Give myself advantage because I got like a 5.
Okay.
That's a nat 1.
Tides of Chaos, you gotta take it, right?
Do I die?
You don't die. You gotta take it,
I
though,
think
right?
so. I think so. One. Yeah.
So you all, glancing out into the small, narrow platform, seeing Bellini slide his way through, gets hit by one book, except he's still moving the trajectory he's supposed to. You watch as a second book is now flying in his direction, hitting him. You start to watch him fall off this platform. As Bellini, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as these two books just knock you. What would everyone like to do as you are watching your companions slowly fall?
Can I try to throw a rowboat at him?
Yes, you huck a rope. Bellini, can you roll me an athletics check?
Can Fedwin stick out his hammer to try and catch him on the tip of the hammer like a net?
He's too far out.
14.
14. You grab this rope, but can you also roll me a wild magic surge?
Oh no. Well, here's the thing. Either way, if he grabs the rope, I'm just
I
gonna
guess
let go of it and be like, I just wanted you to have it. I wasn't gonna save it.
What? Come on, Theo. If he does that, I'm gonna try and catch the rope.
It's usually based on spell, right?
Just roll me the D100, please.
I'm so excited to see what happens.
I got a 1.
A 1. What did you?
Oh no! Wait. I got a 1 and a 00. Is that 100
I
or
think
is that
it
a 1?
goes back to 1, right?
That's a 1. 3 zeros are 100.
I got a 1. Oh.
Ooh, Bellini. This is... A 1 is roll on this table at the start of each of your turns for the next minute, ignoring the result of subsequent rolls. So that means for the next 10... I'm gonna say for the next 10 action rounds is Wild Magic Surge.
I mean,
so
I'm excited.
Bellini,
So
you
scared.
grabbing onto the rope as Theo
This is bad.
grabs the rope, and you are now both holding onto this. Theo, what are you doing with this rope?
I'm gonna try and heave him up. Like,
So you yanking him at a final moment of despair, pulling him up as, can I get one more dex check from you, Bellini?
if he gets hit, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
It's not good.
So I got 9.
You
9.
yanking the rope as you pull him to safety, but on his way to safety, another book collides with him as he takes another 8 points of damage,
Oh, I have 5 left.
yanking this rope as he lands. And Fedwin, to your terrified dismay, you see one more book slowly slide its way in, stopping right at your feet, seeing Bellini's blood currently coating the cover of it.
It's just, I gotta go down every fight. We said it, it's gotta happen.
You know,
I didn't think I'd lose to a library, but I
sometimes
guess.
it feels like post-secondary education is like this. You just leave every class beaten down.
Yes, this is a metaphor for our degrees.
Glancing over to the wall, you see this intricate gear system that looks to have been broken, as if that there would have been... It seems that any kind of puzzle or any kind of riddle was just blown through the walls, though this time you see it looks as these large claw marks were what tore through the gear system, as opposed to the prior one before looked to be explosive.
How large are these claw marks?
Could I cure wounds, Fedwin, and
Yes, you can.
Bellini?
Thank you, sweet medic.
It's a D8.
These claw marks, do you want to roll me survival?
So for Fedwin,
Survival?
Yeah.
5 plus.
Ooh!
Sorry, are we out of
We are
combat?
out of
What's
combat now.
happening?
Dirty 20.
3, so 8.
So I take +8.
So, you,
And-
Theo, looking at...
And Bellini, you get plus 11.
Oh, that's so much for me.
Theo, looking at these claw marks through these gear systems, the size of them look as if they probably would come from some kind of bear, but it looks as though it's more of a hand shape, as opposed to like a bear paw where it's the 4, it's got the full 5, like, claw.
So someone's been attacking
breaks,
us with
perhaps?
their bare hands.
Oh! I slapped Theo. Who are you, Grinny?
Pulls off mask.
Out
Yep.
of curiosity, because I didn't want to mess with the mechanics of it. What was like a reason to go up the stairs? Because I mean, I get that books are like
Plot reason is you came in the back entrance. You know that there's still the rest of the headquarters, so you had to go up the library.
okay, yeah. Because it seemed like the books would have just kind of run out at a point. I mean, I don't know how many books they have, but it was reloading more books.
A fuck ton.
Yeah, I could have just laid on the ground under where all the books would have been.
But yeah, no,
Just like a day and a half later. Is it
Gets
done?
up, gets hit right in the side of the head. The last one.
But yeah, for plot reason to go up is because Grinny is up. Like, that is the way to the headquarters.
So let me get this straight.
Okay.
Grinny is up.
Cool.
So when someone says, "What's up?" we have to respond with Grinny. That's the password then.
Yeah, 100%.
Alright, cool.
Yes.
Free Shavaka,
Safe-
Oh, and Soph, just the spell that I cast on you lasts for an hour as long as I concentrate, so you will have advantage on all
Oh,
dex
dang. Thank you, Olivia.
checks.
Thank you, Polly.
For, I don't know, a
Better when I'm
while.
just doing backflip after backflip.
We'll see.
Should I still be rolling these wild magic
We'll get there.
shooters?
As you guys are finally resting, taking a deep breath, and watching as the books are flying back and forth, reliving Nom.
Let us continue.
Wait. Wait, Fedwin has health potions,
Fedwin
right?
seems
Do
to
we?
have given his entire inventory to Theo.
Yeah, I mean, I literally have something called Fedwin's pouch. So far, it's only some stump glue and 5 gold.
We bought
Yeah,
a ton of health
I have
potions, didn't
3
we?
common healing potions.
Yeah, you guys bought 10 health potions, so like you should be good.
Okay, I'm gonna have one because
why
I
not
am
just-
feeling a little.
Okay.
So common is what 2d4 plus 2. or
Yeah,
something?
2d4 plus 2.
Actually, I might have one too, so I can see if I can get back to
Use
full.
my
3.
7. So
Okay,
it's
yeah,
plus
full.
9. Brings me back up to 28, and then I have 27 hit points total, so we're at the full.
So yeah, you guys covered in sweat, exhausted from the sprint you guys just had, pop open a Gatorade, get those electrolytes back, and beginning to walk forward as you finally make it through this blown open doorway. You see that there are just an onslaught of members laying across the floor in various states and conditions, none alive. The ages as to when these died are varying. Some look as old as the elders who are hanging in the library. Others look as though they were cut open this morning. Looking at it though, whatever did this looks as it were more animals. So there are various bite marks, torn clothes, even limbs pulled off, large gouges and entrails sprawled out along the floor.
Tell me about these bite marks.
Tell me about this floor.
Yeah, actually, is it nice?
Is it tiled?
Are none of us just shocked to come across an enormous room full of dead bodies?
I'm gonna throw an egg at one of them.
Polly's gonna gasp and under his breath go, "Praise the Raven Queen."
Gently tossing the egg, watch as it kind of just like splats against the dead body. All yolks aside, it just oozes down the edge. And you glance down and see, damn, that's some nice mahogany flooring.
Oh, it's mahogany? Oh, Belady licks the floor. Oh yeah, it tastes like real mahogany. An egg. Weird, huh? Why does the floor taste like egg?
Really? I've never had woods that tasted like egg. Fedwin starts to lick the floor too.
Everyone gets salmonella.
I wonder what could have caused these wounds.
As everyone is clearing one section of the floor, lapping up the various egg, mahogany, and entrails of blood sprayed across the
So
floor.
salmonella and hep C.
I feel myself getting stronger.
Ugh.
That's the
Guys,
virus inside you, Fed.
Don't lick this spot. It's the bad blood.
I've had blood before. It
Polly.
tastes fine.
Polly, do you want to roll me a survival?
It's not great. 10.
You would probably guess this is something, maybe a wolf, by like the bite marks.
Is there anything else on the bodies or
So
interesting?
Theo, what you notice is most of these bodies are the same insignias as the ones you wore, of various different charters, some from the one that you came from.
Is
Yes.
one of them missing a head?
Oh, is this another Durhan? Oh, we found your head. Oh no, we found your body. Oh fuck! We should have brought the head with us, and we could have brought it back to the body.
Yes, you do see that this one of them is decapitated.
Does it appear to be the person whose head we saw earlier?
From the size of the head and the size of the body, you could tell that this is probably one of the members who were actually from the search party.
What about
So,
the sever itself? Does it appear
or the skin color.
that it's the same texture?
Looking, you get better detail. It looks like this head was torn off.
Ooh.
And the other one was cut off?
The other one was
don't
cut
remember.
off. Yes.
Mr. Durhan, this one's also appears to be sleeping, just like the one from my town. But Mr. Durhan, we found your head. Please
don't
get up from
think
your nap. We'll
that's
take you back
his
to it.
head. It's probably, a friend of his.
Covered in egg, the Durhan does not respond.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So the massive claw marks we saw and the
Yeah.
machinery, does this also look like the claw marks?
Yes, they do look consistent.
On the floor, did we see any tracks in the blood?
Yeah, you see tracks. They look large. You see various prints. They look larger than regular wolf paws, and the footprints that you see on the ground seem inconsistent to the size of the claw, like the claws you've seen vary on the bodies.
So the footprint prints look smaller than the claw marks?
So the claw
Is that what you're
marks,
saying?
yeah. So the claw marks look more like the size of a spread out bear paw, while as the actual
Right.
paw prints on the ground look more to be, I'd say, direwolf size.
And when I smell the corpse, what do I detect?
But in terms of what you smell, what are you trying to smell for?
Particular animal scent or
Yeah. Can you roll me?
what?
I'll say perception.
Do the bodies smell any better than Fedwin would on
Ooh,
a regular day?
Now I have a question,
24.
Tom. Where are these wolves?
Shut up. You don't know. I solve all your puddles. I solve all your riddles. Oh, I solve all your encounters.
but do you smell the bodies? No.
So you smell this with the common knowledge and the expertise you have in the medical field and being in the wars you've been in, you can kind of smell past the usual smell of decay and blood, but you don't smell any animal.
No animal.
You don't really smell any animal. If anything, you smell more of a sweeter scent, almost like a perfume.
Ew.
I would love to.
This smells awful.
Do I recognize his fucking perfume?
This is much too sweet.
You do get a hint of a very familiar smell, but to you, it puts a pit in your
Hey,
stomach.
guys.
The second you smell this, it's like you are back, standing in front of your love, holding a dagger, surrounded by bandits.
So I am jovial to, okay, everyone, we need to serious the fuck up. Polly, cut the shit.
I'm always serious, Bellini, and I'm always got your back.
I will say a short prayer.
How fresh is the smell? Is it like lingering, or is it?
It's the same as like if you were to find a lover's clothing. Like the scent is on there, so you could tell there was a lot of physical contact. Would be in the places that would be where you would smell an animal, essentially.
So Grinny did this. I don't know how the fuck Grinny did this because she was a
Does
person
she-
not able to rip heads
Does she
off.
have any pet wolves? I mean, look at like massive bite marks and claw marks. Does she have a pet
But
wolf?
you see, I did not detect
I
an
don't-
animal. You would smell
Maybe-
an animal, would you not?
She washed the wolf, and they have matching perfumes.
I have
they
a
wear
better
each other's
theory.
clothes.
She has giant wolf claws that she wears as gloves.
That could be a
For
fetish.
when it gets cold out, that would make
Exactly.
sense.
With sharp talons, you know.
Are there any exits? Like, can I
Yeah,
do a?
there is the direction where the books are flying at, and then there is forward. This is a structured place. There's no real hidden locations. Forward is your direction.
Let us go forward then.
Yeah, I think I'm just like, I think the moment I get that pit, I
Yeah.
just start like walking forward.
I'm gonna run up to Bellini as I ask him that question, but also, so he doesn't get got by books or anything.
I am known to be murdered easily. I should really stop leading the charge, but I also really like to go places first.
It helps me because I'm like the second squishiest, and so he's out there. He'll take the brunt of it. It's fine.
So, Theo, the strange thing for you is you're moving forward and approaching all this. These locations in the headquarters from you, what you knew, it was very much organized, very well kept, very well barracks. And from talking with Smithy, you know that Grinny's had this place for maybe a week. And with the looking around, though, there are holes in brick walls. There is claw marks on various walls. Any bins of storage have just been broken open. Anything that really isn't bolted to the ground has just been moved out of the way if it seemed inconvenient.
Guys, so yeah, you see how horrible this place looks and empty? When I was here, it was actually quite nice, so please don't take this one interaction with this place as what it is all the time.
I'm sorry, what do you
You
mean
know.
when you were here? We literally just landed here and we all just started looking at books, so what are you talking about here, mate?
Yeah, like this used to be the old organization I used to work with and for.
Well, that would have been good to know. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You were a librarian?
yeah, no,
That's a good profession, there's no shame in that.
No shame at all.
Oh, volume.
Wait. Why the fuck didn't you tell us about the weird stair
Yeah,
trap?
mate, if you
honestly-
worked here, we thought you would have maybe warned us about that.
honestly,
Were you just a bad
honestly, I
librarian?
didn't think we get this far. And also, I had never come here before. Like, I've never been this far into the. I wasn't allowed to go back here.
So you were like a real
Only our elders
junior
did.
This is just like a
librarian.
really secret library.
I have one last question. Why were we not using the front door?
So the information you got from Smithy is the front door is heavily guarded, heavily manned, and so essentially you would have had about a mile's worth of various traps, paths, and enemies to work through. This one was supposed to be your quieter entrance.
And no one heard all of the books flying around.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of cleanup to do, Theo, after all this.
I mean, I don't really work for them anymore, so I'm not gonna clean up.
So, in terms of where you guys are, on the map itself that I provided, you guys are in Hull's Pass. Your front way would have been to go up the mountainside. So, this is your back entrance.
We were always a fan of doing it in the back door.
Yeah, so as you're approaching, you see this place has been desecrated. It's not even, you can't really tell if they were looking for something or just destruction for the sake of mayhem. But as you're approaching all these, you're eventually hearing voices through a doorway. And as you're standing in this doorway, you do see light and flickering movement. Theo, you would recognize this more as where the mess hall most likely would be. Lights, flickering music, loud chanting. It sounds like there's just a bar brawl going on in the inside. And Bellini, can you roll me a perception check?
Could I peek through the keyhole?
I had a 7.
I'll say with advantage.
That 20.
Through this chaos and screaming, there is one particular voice you recognize on the other side of that door. One female voice with a simple pun muffled behind this door. And this is where I will end our session for the night.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck up some bitches. Oh, I'm gonna
I
hurt.
wanted pictures of Spider.
Intense.
Let me tell you,
Can we
I
call
am
this session
ready to murder.
the staircase of doom
Egg.
or something?
It's either going to be
Stairway to
learning
heaven.
is hard or eggs.
Just a session that says eggs.
Because I don't know why, but there was way too long of a conversation about eggs.
And now it carries through.
We were just-
after the long conversation. We're like, we get to this place and you see bodies. I throw an egg at one of them. Like,
I am fully
The rest of us unfazed.
I fully expect that eggs is just a recurring joke. Hey everyone, and thanks for listening to another episode of Dice Guys Crit Last. I am your humble DM Thomas, and I hope you guys are enjoying the session as much as we are. If you want to reach out to us, we are at the Gmail of diceguyscritlast@gmail.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are diceguyscritlast, and you can listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, and many other platforms. Thank you for coming to the audio table, and we will see you next time.